Automotive engine oil is one of the most discussed topics amongst mechanics. There always seems to be a never-ending discussion around oil type, viscosity, brands, how much oil should actually be used. Now we all know that running your engine out of oil is a very bad thing, but mechanics also say that overfilling your engine is just as bad, and it can and will destroy it. So today, we're gonna find out exactly how much is too much. But first, what does it sound like with no engine oil in at all? Let's see. Now, engines need engine oil, obviously, to create that protective thin layer so parts aren't grinding metal on metal, because things get ugly fast. And as you can see, there's no oil on this dipstick. So here's what an engine sounds like with no engine oil. Now, as you can see, I have zero oil pressure. Now, every second this thing is running, it's causing some engine damage. And actually, with no oil in it, it doesn't sound that bad yet. But again, you get the point. Don't do this. So if no engine oil is guaranteed to wreck your engine, how dangerous is too much engine oil? So here is the phase ladder for my little experiment here. We're gonna get a baseline, so it has the appropriate amount of engine oil in it currently. As you can see, we're just between the crosshairs here. So we're at the appropriate amount of engine oil in the engine. And the engine oil pressure gauge hooked into the cylinder head, so we're gonna monitor that pressure at operating temperature, so when the engine is warm. Then if you look here closely where I have this cork, as you can see, I actually drilled a small hole back there in the valve cover. Now, by drilling that hole in the valve cover where I did, I'm able to put this camera down the oil return in the engine, so you can actually get this down all the way until we get to where the oil returns back into the engine, and we can see the crankshaft. So like right here is the top of the oil pan with some gasket there. And you can see that's the engine oil right there. If you shake the car, all this sloshing around right here is engine oil in the bottom of the pan. Now what this allows us to do is see if this starts to foam up with the crankshaft hitting that engine oil. Now I'm gonna fire this thing up so we can get our baseline oil pressure reading. And currently the engine's not really at operating temp quite yet, but we're at, give or take, 35 PSI. We're gonna let that warm up, obviously, and it'll probably drop down a little lower. And then we're also gonna check for smoke out the tailpipe, because I think that if some of this oil gets pushed up into the cylinders, it's gonna start smoking. Now, while this thing warms up, I did check the internet to see what others had thought on this overfilling engine oil topic, because it seems like this happens to quite a few people year in and year out. Overfilling engine oil is not good. It can lead to problems like varying leaks, bust gaskets, converter failures, failed emission tests, check engine lights. Max on the dipstick means max. No, it's not okay to have too much oil because it causes too much pressure and will damage things. An overfilled engine is actually worse than an underfilled engine. Now, this is a crankshaft, and as this thing rotates in your engine, this rotating mass comes through and hits that engine oil if it is too full. And that can cause things like oil foaming. Now, once that foams and aerates the oil pump can actually pick up basically pockets of air and cause no oil pressure getting to all of these bearing surfaces. And then it can push those pressures up through the PCV system and into the cylinders, causing oil to burn, causing you to damage things like your converter and getting smoke and stuff out the tailpipe. All right, now we have no smoke out the tailpipe. The engine oil is at its proper capacity. We are at a little over 25 PSI, and we're not hearing any abnormal engine noises at this point, and it sounds good revved up. So that means we can move on to phase 2. Now, phase 2 is going to be what I would call the most common thing that I would see a problem with in terms of overfilling an engine. Now, most little cars like this one only require like 4 or 4.5 quarts of oil, so sometimes you might get a 5-quart jug, and I could see people pouring the entire jug in the engine, causing it to be a half a quart over full. Let's see what 1 extra quart of engine oil actually does inside the engine with the camera once we get it to run for a bit, and what it looks like on the dipstick, and if it makes any weird noises or starts to smoke. All right, and here is the mark on the dipstick. You can see in the crosshatch is right here, and that's 1 extra quart of oil. Now, right from the get-go, we are still hanging a little around 25, a little over 25 PSI with oil pressure. So all that seems normal. As you can hear, the engine sounds really good. Not noticing any issues with that. And no smoke out the tailpipe or anything like that yet. So let's give this thing a few revs. And let's let it run for a little bit, and then we'll stick the camera down in and see if there's any foam that's starting to accumulate. All right, so it's kind of difficult to see, but right here, it's a little smoky in there. This might actually be the bottom of the crankshaft right here, and you can see it's getting awfully close to how much engine oil is in there currently. Now that spot over here where we were able to see the pan before, now that is officially covered with just one quart of engine oil, but I'm not seeing any foaming quite yet. That all looks pretty normal, so I don't see any issues currently with aeration to the oil with one extra quart. And again, everything on the engine looks nice and dry. Nothing's leaking from it. No seals getting pushed out, nothing like that either. So phase one complete. Did it leak any oil? Did it push any seals out? No. Do we have any change in oil pressure? No. Did we have any oil out the exhaust? No. And was the oil level in the pan actually striking the crankshaft yet? No, but it is pretty darn close, if just barely nicking that oil. So is it ideal and smart to overfill your engine? Obviously not. But let's move on to phase 3. What happens if we put 2 more quarts of oil in? Will it strike the crankshaft and start foaming and push seals out? Let's see what it does. You can see I was right at this 4 quart mark. We're gonna go right down to the 2 quart mark. All right, so there you have it. We're at the 2 quart mark. So we are currently 3 quarts of engine oil over full on the engine. So 3 extra quarts gets us there. All right, so let's fire this thing up now with 3 quarts of engine oil over full, what it's recommended. Well, after a few revs and warming this thing up, we're right around that 25-30 PSI. So having extra oil so far is not changing anything with oil pressure. So as you can see, nothing is really changing even with 3 extra quarts of oil in it. However, we should take a peek and see if there's any foam that's starting to develop on this engine oil. Air bubbles that are starting on the very, very top here on the dipstick. So we might have a good sign that this oil is starting to aerate. Let's set that camera down. All right, now I got the camera down there. You can kind of see we do have some air bubbles right down here starting. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is the counterweight of the crankshaft right there. You can see there's some bubbling down there. It's pretty difficult to see. I'll get a picture of it. And I can no longer see the oil pan where that level was before. It's all engine oil into the crankshaft. All right, still not the signs that I was expecting. I was expecting to see a lot more oil foaming and things like that at 3 extra quarts of engine oil. Let's do something a little bit more obscene here and go the extreme route of adding a ton of extra oil to this thing, where you may experience something like this if you were to get your car serviced at, let's just say, Quick Lube. Not gonna name any names. So by adding 2 more quarts, this would put us at 5 extra quarts over the recommended engine oil capacity. So 5 extra quarts puts us right here. But what if we kept adding more oil? Here is another 5 quart jug. How far can we get this thing up on the dipstick? Oh! Oh, no, no, no. Okay, it's coming out of the dipstick now. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna remove the dipstick and we're gonna let the oil drain out till it's kind of just done draining out into this catch pan so I don't make a huge mess in my shop. And then what if we go drive it and see what it does? All right, so for example, this is the only thing that's keeping us sealed up with oil right now. Ready? That's actually draining engine oil out. So if you've added this much engine oil, you've done something wrong. All right, well, it looks like it's pretty much well done draining out of the dipstick tube. Let's go take this thing down the road and see if it does something really bad. So I'm pretty sure this thing holds, what, 4.5, 5 quarts, so we're probably 15 quarts of oil in this little engine. We're gonna fire this thing up first and see if oil starts pushing out of this thing. Starting. Oh! Oh man, oh, it shot oil everywhere. Oh, it's running rough. Yeah, you don't ever want to see an engine do that. So for sure right now, the crankshaft is striking the engine oil. What if we rev it up a little bit? What's our oil pressure at? Look at that, we're even maintaining good oil pressure, right around 25 PSI. Let's see if we can block this off with the oil dipstick here. Oh, we can. Okay, we got it sealed up with the dipstick here. Is it gonna blow that dipstick out? Okay, it won't. All right, let's brake cleaner this off a little bit so I don't create a huge mess if I don't have to, which I think I'm inevitably going to do. Oh, wait, it's not running good. Oh boy. It's smoke. Let me back this out a little bit. This is not good. Well, you can see this is not going as expected, okay? I created a pretty good smoke screen in the shop and made a mess right here, of course. You can see the inside of the car is still smoking 10 minutes later and is definitely sucking engine oil into the intake. Let's just run it once more here. Show you what it's doing here out of the exhaust. All right, we're gonna get some of this drained out outside here. We'll bring it back in. Can't believe I'm doing this out in the dark, but I put the camera back into the valve cover and I didn't go very far down that you can see that is engine oil. And I can't even get anywhere near the crankshaft anymore. That's all oil right there. So let's see, we'll pull it up slowly here. So we're, I don't know, maybe 6 inches. And now we're back in the cylinder head and we're in our little valve cover hole, just like that. So, so there you have it, 10 extra quarts of oil. It's got the whole bottom half of the engine full. Well, the oil has been drained. I just drove it down the road here and it's running normal again. And this is the craziest thing about this car, is it runs perfectly still. Let's pull this thing in. All right, so what did we learn? Well, should you overfill your engine with oil? Obviously not. You should never do that. But what if it's just a little bit? Are you gonna notice anything that's going to destroy your engine? I think short answer is no. However, you still shouldn't do it because you don't want to risk things that we just experienced. However, if you do overfill your engine just a little bit, what I see that could happen is it would eventually push it through the PCV system and you would end up burning a little bit of oil, which you don't want to do because that will clog up your converter and things of that nature. Now, on the extreme side of things, right, if you were going to fill your engine up way over like I did, having oil coming out of the dipstick, then the potential engine damage risk goes up significantly higher. As you saw, almost immediately, this thing started running really rough and smoking to beat hell out of all orifices of this engine and exhaust system. Now, I tried keeping the thing running as long as I could. It stayed out there and smoked for so long, and my initial thought was it was going to hydrolock and push a rod outside of the block, which it just never did. Now, as far as oil pressure, it always stayed at 25 and never changed, which was kind of bizarre to me. And even when I put the camera in there, I really couldn't see any oil foaming just because there was so much oil and smoke going on. But clearly that can happen. You can aerate the oil when there's the crankshaft hitting the oil. Now, as far as seals being pushed out and things like that, I don't see any gaskets or any new leaks on this thing. It all looks normal. My thought would be the first thing to go would be like the front crank seal, and all that's dry. I mean, there is a cover on it, but I don't see any drips up on top or down low. So all that looks normal right now. So it turns out that an engine can survive a little bit of an overfilled engine. Just don't make a habit of it. Now, in the terms of maximum overfilling, let's just say 10 plus quarts, don't ever do that. That's a very bad idea. Now, I'm starting to think at this point, I might as well just slap plates on this Camry and start driving it because it's gone through so many trials and tribulations and it just keeps running. This thing is just really making me want to become the biggest Toyota fanboy, all because of the stupid test I keep trying. Anyways, kind of a wacky one. Hope you liked it. See you later.